Hello everybody, this is the recap of today's Bund session. It's Wednesday the 28th of August. Let's have a look at my morning hypos first. I have the range long levels, lower pre-market volume edge. This was at 8 o'clock 20 around 178.90. And we also have the high volume edge 178.80. For me, important today, long range long levels. Of course, then having the opportunity out of the range long getting also into a trendish situation, trend play long. And this is hypo number 3. I will go on with this long. If increasing buy volume into the higher pre-market volume edge, this was around 822, 179.03, and I changed this later than a few minutes before cash open as a new edge was built, the 05 level. And we want to see here a increased volume, buying volume, and then only weak pullback. Then a holding targets 1321, even plus if the volume keeps on in the market at this level. And short would be the hypo 2. If we see on the other side increasing sell volume, not before, but into the 80, 178.80, weak pullback holding, followed by increasing sell volume also into yesterday value area high of the main distribution, means 72, we will have a chance and advantage to get to the targets 64.60 and 54.50. You can see it here painted into the chart, the levels of accumulation, which gives me the levels here at the pre-market and the so far picture here in today's Bund. How was it then played out? With the open, we have the situation that we are right now at this moment at the level of 90, my range long level, hypo number 1. So if you're just taking it technically, you could have entered here already and trading in the pre-market. You could have traded it in the pre-market as delta gives us a wonderful sign of strength and kind of double rejection, because you see it was no much selling power into this range long short move, and you can see as we reach the low here, putting out at 88, this was the open area, you see rejection buying, responsive buying, responsive buying. The problem was for me, it took place right around the 9 o'clock cash open, and I'm not gonna trade this time. So I wait, of course, a few minutes, and I said, if we get a chance now getting back and see responsive buying again, I will get into my range play, hypo 1. Didn't happen. Anyway, we see now the possible open drive situation. That means market didn't test it, but immediately get up to the high and to this B-named volume edge of the pre-market. This is the level 05. And as we went to the level 05, I said, we want to see now that they take out with volume the high of the day. So the initial balance is high around the 06 level. This happens with this initial move, starting initiative buying here at this moment. And I will now make it a little bit, spread a little bit the chart that we can see it better here in the delta as well, because delta gives you then the tool to measure success or failure. Talking of auction theory, we are leaving about this value area I want to see at this certain level, which I also prepared in my big picture as an important level. So see what happened. We get this situation here, only one tick doesn't count, but here at this moment, boom, we take out now the high of the day. This is the level 179.06. So you see this number 5 here. We take out with a huge increase of volume. And now look, the situation when the pullback was coming is this candle here in the delta. And this candle here also shows us only short time here looking to the downside, but overall staying bullish. That means we have the trigger we need at a certain level. We prepared in the big picture to say this is a good level now, and delta measures the success and failure. We have now the advantage to look for a cheap price entry. So I saw then that we could not get filled here at the level 06 because price only got back to the 07 level, and then immediately price get higher and even took out the overnight high. So that means target number 1 was already reached in the moment when waiting for the pullback and waiting for a cheap price entry. So I knew, as you can see in the delta, the volume keeps up rising at the top and still is no big selling pressure at this moment, but only buying pressure. I waited again to see if we get a holding structure. As I saw that we get a holding structure means no selling pressure, I tried to get in cheap at the 09 level. I entered here at the 09 level, my trade. We traded this live together. So, unfortunately, order book was kind of thin, as I then decided, after seeing with the second attempt again on the upside, which we took out by 1 tick, pulling my stop now closer to the 06 level. Due to the thin order book, Bund made some untypical move. It ticks up 1, 2 ticks below this microstructure, boom, before rejection buyers coming in again. So I was stopped out, I told you, at 06, because this is my play. And of course, you see now the influence that have different market moods on your play. That means in a normal liquid order book, I would not have got stopped out. So why did I get stopped out? Why couldn't I make a chance now in between? Why did I could not profit then on this hypo 3 trade? Well, I was not forced the last 2 months to make changes to my play because we had overall 95% a normal liquid order book. So I didn't make this change. I just put it now to my playbook. I know when there is not so much liquidity in the order book, you even see some spikes maybe in the Bund. So becoming more a illiquid-like kind of behavior here. Anyway, I told you, if you're still in the trade because you entered and had a little bit wider stop because you played different, then you see we had no signs but this spike then to stay here in the trade as they take out then the high again. Because as the price took on to the high again, here the level 14, which happens obviously at 9 o'clock 22, you see increasing buy volume again. So this measures now our success and high probability that some other time frame at least are here, trader here, and trying to take on and make it a trend trade. And guess what happened? Of course, we made it, and we made the target number 2, remember from my big picture preparation, 21. So at this moment, nobody knows. Is it a bigger, is it a mediocre, is it a smaller OTF? Anyway, you can reach target 1, you can reach target 2, you made 15, 20 ticks with this trade, and now if you have a good play for an illiquid market like today, and now I told you this is now several bull levels, bull control levels where we have now built. That means I'm not going to look here for a short because I know when you look at the moment profile, at this moment when we're around this top area, you can see that we have different bull control levels built with this initiative of buying. So we have some control level here, we have some control level here, we have some control levels with the first initiative around here. I think you will agree. And you can see Delta can measure these moments at the certain level of importance when you see the initiative coming. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I knew now I'm not looking as this is a healthy trend and bulls are still in control even if we test this area here of the first initiative control of today. Bulls will be still in control. So I'm not looking at this kind of trendish shape profile today here for a reversal anymore. A good situation for a reversal would be at this moment when no initiative more buying appears at this top. And if you're in a trend trade here and seeing then this kind of behavior already happening at this moment, I told to my people here in the stream, I told you this will be a cool moment to say this is then the open rejection reverse. All right? But not now, because you know what? The bulls are now like comfortable, can go into the day. They can trap some people in selling and even collect more and accumulate more buy pieces. They did here, they did here, they did here. And see how now finally more interested in liquidity, I hope you see this here, buying liquidity in the bid comes in the order book. Because we are getting more and more closer to the initial buying control, bull control level. And you see, some people then get trapped in some shorts and see what Delta tells you. Selling, 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 absorption, 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 this all is absorbed, 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 trying again, trapping some more sellers now, and boom, bulls are still in control. I was not looking here. You see how chewy the short was running. This is of course because we have something called like a bullish imbalance, and the market is in a way built today that the bulls were initiative in buying and creating some kind, I call it bull control levels. And you see then later what happens. And of course, then bulls were comfortable and they got in back at this level where we measured already here when we're starting and planning our trend trade here. You see that this kind of initiative shows up again. Boom, 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 buyers are back, bulls are back. And we're now staying in control. They have no problem. As long as we are in this range, it's more balanced now. Bulls have no problem. And you see, how they stay in control, and how Delta changed in the way when they collected pieces passively, and now going back, look at Delta, actively again buying, 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 buying. So everything is normal. Market is now waiting for new money, waiting for information, but at the moment we are rangy and balanced, and overall long term the bulls are comfortable with what they have created so far today. All right, so this is my market debriefing of today's Bund session. I'm Anton Höpfel for Manapa. Thanks for watching.